Range is a limiting challenge with your car, the one you probably drove here tonight. You have to have gas. You actually have to go and get your tank filled up. If you don't, you're stranded in the middle of the street, and that's happened probably to most of us in this room, no different than an electric vehicle. So you've come to accept, we've got about 169 gas stations all across the United States of America, that one's going to be within proximity to another, or at least within a range that can get you where you want to go from not only points all across the Bay Area, North and South, Southern California, but across this country. That's the idea for electric vehicles. To build out, instead of gas stations, switch stations, where you can do exactly what you do with your cell phone. When you get a new battery, you can flip that battery out, replace it with a brand new battery in less time than it takes to fill up a tank of gas. True convenience. Now the range issue is dramatically addressed. Or you can look at the whole idea of a car like you look at your cell phone. And you say, well, what does that mean? Well, first of all, I don't know that any of you know how long your cell phone takes to recharge, because most of you do it at night, most likely. Same idea would be with your car, which fully recharge, and incidentally, it will be recharging when you have the lightest load. So it levels out the load. And that's a light load with a higher renewable portfolio in those off-peak hours. That's for the other part of my commentary. But what is an extraordinary opportunity, and this is not just idle speculation, this is happening. It's happening in Israel. It will be happening in Denmark. It will be happening in Australia and Portugal, and I hope it will be happening out here in our own backyard in Northern California, is to look at the car like you do your cell phone for a different reason. You buy minutes. You buy plans. You get prepaid cards, maybe for your kids. You don't want them to have unlimited plan. You have restricted plans. Imagine looking at a vehicle like you do your cell phone. And instead of buying minutes, you buy miles. You separate the idea, same thing the phone companies have done. The actual phone is nothing. They're giving those phones away, the hardware. It's really become a software strategy. Same idea presents itself if we reimagine the car industry and look at it accordingly. Separate the battery and the energy, i.e. electricity, from the actual physical car. Have people build cars and have a strategy for software, strategy for electricity, for the oil in this case, as the alternative, and buy miles instead of buying minutes. That's what a company called Better Place is promoting. And that's what they're doing with Shimon Peres in Israel as we speak. That's what they're doing in just a few weeks in Japan when they're building out that first switch station that I talked about that will be in commercial production. This is an opportunity to completely rethink this industry. And this is what's missing completely at GM and Chrysler and the big three right now. But this is what's happening out here in California, a state of dreamers and doers, of entrepreneurs, of innovators, always on the leading and cutting edge of new ideas. Tesla motor, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, completely green, 100% electric vehicle company out here in the South Bay. It's happening as we speak, completely allowing you to reimagine what the old electric vehicle should be about. It's not about performance, people said. Well, now you have a car that performs a higher clip than even a new Ferrari or Porsche in terms of how quick and efficient it is, with half the moving parts. So it doesn't have to be maintained as much or as significantly, much more efficient because it has half the moving parts.